Hi, Errants. Julia here, recording this July 31st, 2022, and I'm going to talk about underground civilizations. Jason, as well as others, claim that there are numerous civilizations that live underground. Consider the Admiral Byrd stories. There's much more real estate underground than above ground. Jason claims that there are tiers of civilizations and that some have more access to what's beyond their particular civilization than others. That some have no clue that life exists on the surface or in the other tiers, like most of us. Some civilizations are very advanced and some are very primitive. I wonder if some have vapor canopy conditions or other extreme conditions that might activate DNA or otherwise. I would think so, this being a survival simulation. I imagine there's all different forms of humanoids as well. I've heard from many sources that the humanoid form is prevalent throughout this meta realm, so to call it. It is based on the pentagram, which is based on the perfect Pythagorean triangle, which is the secret of life. It is the shape of the water molecule. The Pythagorean triangle is an isosceles triangle, meaning that the sides are of equal length, two of them, and it has two angles of 36 degrees and one angle of 108 degrees. You can see the 369 in there. Three of these triangles together form the pentagram, the true Trinity, according to Ken Wheeler. I'll link a short video from him in the comments that explain more about the significance of this perfect Pythagorean triangle. I was thinking that star forts could possibly mark entrances to the underground, among their other uses that we're still trying to decipher. We have to consider the technology that created things like star forts, the pyramids, and other megalithic structures when considering the underground realm. I'm sure that physical entrances are not even necessary for all the inhabitants. Most of us know or heard about Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado Springs. When I visited there in 2015, locals there told me that they've seen military jets fly directly into the mountain, just vanishing. Jason mentioned Cheyenne Mountain too. It's a known underground military base. Just thinking about the advanced technology we're not privy to yet is mind-boggling. Just to have all those civilizations in place is almost overwhelming to ponder. They're definitely getting the most out of the simulation with all these layers involved. Teleportation shouldn't be an issue for anyone with fully activated DNA with respect to going to and from the underground. There's magic everywhere in this hologram. The chi, the prana, the real energy, whatever you want to call it, is very abundant, but perhaps most readily available in vapor canopy atmosphere. I'll post a link in the comments about Dynamo Jack that illustrates some of our potential in this environment. The parasitic rulers know about the upcoming Phoenix event in 2040 and are planning to move underground. Jason says that the trucker convoys of late were really getting supplies to these underground bunkers, that they're also hoarding all the so-called fossil fuels. I think I heard Jason say that the fossil fuels would be used to help run operations underground, but I think they will save it for after the Phoenix event in 2040, when the solar and wind energy will no longer be viable on the surface. I would think that they have very advanced technology for manifesting energy underground and don't have much need for fossil fuels there. They obviously have the ability to provide for all the necessities like food and water to these numerous civilizations. I suppose they're just getting things tweaked for the pending devastation and strategizing on what maneuvers to make after the Phoenix event. I'm sure a lot of the supplies and equipment are needed when they resurface to take back control. But it sounds like they'll have to deal with the newly instated matriarchy, complete with mind control powers, that is said to prevail after 2040. There are probably some matriarchal societies currently underground. I'm sure all types of societies. again making the most of this simulation. Many of those who live underground are not capable of living on the surface due to the atmospheric conditions. Many have appearances similar to ETs. Extraterrestrials are from underground, not from outer space. They're continually discovering new species on the surface, so just imagine what they've come up with for the underground world. It'll be quite interesting if many of these life forms surface following the Phoenix event. Maybe it'll be like the bar scene in Star Wars. Perhaps we are the ultimate guinea pigs in the experiment, testing the most harsh terrain here on the surface. That's why we are so resilient and have the potential to fully activate our DNA. Perhaps all humanoid species don't possess that ability. Our avatars truly are amazing, and it sounds like that after the return of the vapor canopy, our avatars will be even more amazing. Perhaps when our DNA is fully activated, we can survive any environment. The trick is to keep the DNA activated. Toltec wisdom and other philosophies teach that there are ways to activate all of our DNA without being submerged in vapor canopy conditions. Maybe that's what's being hid from us more than anything. I've heard that people that are able to fully activate their DNA usually withdraw from society and focus on what their new gifts bring. That's one reason we don't hear much about it. They're not making YouTube videos and sharing them with us. Perhaps the more advanced underground civilizations have their DNA fully activated and can easily migrate between environments. Maybe part of what's being tested is this simulation is how long it takes us to realize our true potential. I suppose that's another thing that the resets ensure, that we don't realize our true potentials. All the secret societies and occulted wisdom obviously have something to hide besides the cycles of history. So much to ponder and wonder about. How fun it is to piece together this existence. Even if we may never have all the pieces, we can get a good idea of the big picture in this puzzle. So thanks for listening, and please let me know what you think. And have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. And I'll talk to you next time. Ciao, ciao.